I was watching this Netflix documentary called Cocaine Quarterback. It's all about a college athlete. His name is Owen Hansen, who went from a volleyball player growing up to actually walking on to the USC football team. This was back when they were just mowing over people. But here's what really grabbed me. When he got his scholarship, his coach told him, look, you need to get bigger and stronger or you're off the volleyball team. So eventually, he originally went to USC on a scholarship for volleyball. So he actually went and found a guy who took him down to Tijuana in Mexico, got him on steroids, and before long, he was jacked enough for people to start taking notice, and he actually was able to walk on to the football team as a volleyball player. This guy had never played football in his life. One small connection changed his entire life. Unfortunately, that same connection eventually led him down a path into sports gambling, drug trafficking, and ultimately prison. Now, as I was watching it, it hit me. One connection can completely change your life for better or for worse. And for most of us, especially if you're like a doctor, a dentist, a high income earner, we always what? We live inside a lane that we never question. Let me give you an example. You go to school, right? So you've lived in that lane. You went to school, you got your degree, and then you built your business or your practice, and then you're working for 30, 35 years, hoping that the 401k is going to take care of you one day. That's the script that we're handed. And for years, I followed it too, I'll admit. Work, save, repeat. But if I'm going to be honest with you, it's a trap that keeps you comfortable, but doesn't do anything about freedom. So let me tell you a little bit about my turning point. Now, when I think back on how my life changed, it wasn't because I suddenly got smarter or any luckier, anything like that. It was because I started meeting new people, not other dentists, but entrepreneurs, real estate investors, business owners, people who thought differently, people who thought outside the box. Now, had I stayed in my quote dental lane my whole entire life, I would still be grinding away in the operatory, trading my time for money, working until I was probably 65 or 70. But one meeting led to another. One conversation led to an opportunity. And before long, I was investing in my first real estate deal as a dentist. Never even thought that was even possible. And that's when I realized your network is your shortcut to freedom. Your network is your shortcut to freedom. The power of one connection, I'm telling you, can be unbelievable. Just like compounding interest grows your wealth, connections actually compound your opportunities. When you meet one person who's doing something you never thought possible, just like the guy did in the documentary, it opens a door in your mind that, hey, this is actually possible. And then that person that you meet, usually what? They usually know another guy, another person, and then another, and it snowballs. That's how I went actually from being a full-time periodontist to thinking outside the box, meeting people, teaching me how to build other income streams outside of dentistry that didn't involve my time with real estate. And all of this is because I was willing to step outside my lane and start talking to people who were already basically where I wanted to be down the road. So here's the lesson. Look, I'm not comparing myself to the guy, Owen Hansen, on the Netflix documentary. His story, if you've watched it before or if you're going to watch it, as you know, it went the completely wrong way. But the principle is the same. One decision, one connection can completely change the trajectory of your life. For me, it was meeting the right people. Did I meet wrong people along the way? Absolutely. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. But had I not been on that other path, meeting other types of people, I would have never met the right people. People who show me that financial freedom doesn't have to take 30 or 35 or 40 years like I thought as a dentist. And then the moment you see it, you can't unsee it. You start to realize that wealth isn't built by, again, staying in your lane. It's built by expanding it. So here's my question for you. Who's that one person that you need to meet that you need to meet to completely change your future, because your next conversation could be the one that completely sets you free. Now, if you want to learn and find out how I began the process of starting to go outside of dentistry and find and meet these people, all you have to do is watch this next video.